careful for my sweatshirt because it's gonna just pierce my sweatshirt.
You're just gonna have two holes.
Yeah, like the cable company from South Park.
What are you making up with that mic over there? I mean, it's not the only thing you jerk off.
Nope. That is. It's way too cold.
What? Homeless dudes? No more?
No,
Or are you just waiting for the
it's
summer?
too cold. I said.
Oh.
It's too cold. I don't want to stand outside. They ain't fucking coming to my house or my car. No way. I don't want them to come in my car. Both of them. Both.
Both ways.
Both ways. You know? Oh, man. Hello and welcome to another episode of In a Pickle, the show that is dedicated to the less glamorous side of sports. I am your host, Dave Houghton, and with me today, owner and operator of the website skipbaylessasanasshole.com, Sarah Reitalick. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Your website's getting mad hits, dog.
Hits on hits on hits on hits.
Pew, 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 pew.
Just call it Rihanna.
Oh, because she got beaten by Chris Brown.
There you go.
Oh, that's fun. Well, it's not fun.
It's
all right,
no, I mean it's not. Did you
It's
just
not fun.
R.I.P. her?
Yeah, I don't know. Thoughts and prayers. Happy birthday in heaven. I don't know. Is she dead?
No.
No, she's very much alive.
Very much alive.
Oh, all right. Un-R.I.P. Happy birthday to her. Thank you so much for listening to all of our episodes, as crazy as we are. Last week's episode was the fantastic second annual Golden Pickle Awards. We're very grateful for all of our presenters and everyone that listened. We had such a great time with that show. I absolutely love that show so much. So,
Kind of the only thing that we have to look forward to.
yeah, that's it.
I was
Yeah.
like, what are you laughing about? It's facts.
Other than that, fucking life sucks. 2025 we're in, and it's just the same old shit. You know, here we are. Another episode of In a Pickle, and we are squirreled to the max.
Dude, can we talk real fast about Mayo getting fired after a win yesterday?
Like, what the fuck? Dude had one job. One job, okay?
You were supposed to lose. You were
You're
supposed to lose the game.
lose. But
Yep.
also, in his defense, who knew that Joe Milton, was it? Who's the backup to the backup? Joe
The
Milton.
The yeah,
quarterback that was in there.
George Costanza. He's the assistant to the assistant.
Yeah. Who knew that he would go 10 for 10 in his
Or
first
Dwight
10
Schrute.
passes?
Dwight
Like,
Schrute
what?
is the assistant to the regional.
Nah.
Yeah, whatever. He just wanted to prove his play. However, it should have been like, let's grab someone from the stands to pass this ball because
Yeah.
we know what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had a god awful season and then won the game. And
Here we
missed
are. Patriots are
last
going to,
first
they're in
round
the
pick.
spot to get the number one
Number one
overall
pick.
draft pick.
Yep.
All they got to do is lose that game. Hey, the Patriots won. What the fuck? I can only see the Crafts at this point. Because if you haven't noticed, Jonathan Kraft, the lucky sperm of the Kraft family, he has been very vocal about certain things. Excuse me. And I can only imagine what was said after the Patriots won, where it was like he probably went to his daddy and he was like, what the fuck? All we had to do was lose. And this asshole wins the game. That's why he got fired.
Oh, absolutely. Because they were all on his back. Like, they were all on the train. They were like,
Yeah.
yep, we're going to ride him. We're going to keep him.
Yeah.
We're going to go forward with him. We're going to extend him. And then they won. And it
Yeah.
was like, really?
I mean, you talk about grabbing someone from the stands. You know who was at that game was fellow podcaster and favorite friend of the show, Jay Gags from S1E1. He could have easily thrown a few picks. So,
See?
you know, the ball
Get him
might
in
have even
there.
gotten stuck in his beard. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Gerard Mayo missed the opportunity, and because of that, he is now on the unemployment line. and he has to give back all his passes to Gillette Stadium. So
Womp womp.
that's that. So here it is, the first news show, the first regular show of the season of the year. So Sarah, let's go and find out why everyone is getting fined so far this
Ooh,
year.
yeah, lots of fines.
Heavy paper getting passed around in 2025. So
Truth, truth,
let's
truth.
kick it off. What's going on here?
Okay, Minnesota Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards was fined $100,000 for using profanity during a post-game on-court interview after the victory over the Houston Rockets on December 27th. I'm sorry, but this had me in stitches the way that he was talking because he was speaking as though he was just having a conversation with like one of his friends.
Yeah.
He was just like, yeah, the shit was on. Like, just give me the ball. So
Right.
yeah, he had said shit and fuck and yeah,
A
I mean,
10-second span, too.
correct.
Yeah.
Which uh, th that's, I fuck with that. That's my life.
Imagine if we got fined on this show for saying fucking
Ooh.
shit. Holy shit. Fuck, man. We would be even more broke than what we are, you
True
know?
story. True
Oh man. No
story.
wonder why we don't get any sponsorship.
Right?
So $100,000 for his language in an interview, right? He said fucking shit in 10 seconds during the interview. This is the seventh time he's been fined for language, the
Mhm.
fourth time this season.
Yes, this season alone.
Yeah. So I can already see someone's grandma going, that boy needs Jesus.
Yeah. But not for nothing. If you know that he has a profanity problem when he's talking to
Yes,
the
stop
media,
interviewing him.
stop interviewing him.
You're doing a disservice to this poor guy by
Correct.
constantly interviewing. I know he's a high profile player and you want to get the clip from him and everything, but Jesus, come
Yeah,
on.
we got the
Because
clip all right.
he's at $100,000 because it's his fourth time this season of getting fined. So what's the next time he gets interviewed? It's got to
Good
be
Lord.
125, 150,
Right.
200. It's got to keep going and going and going. I can only imagine that after the $1 million fine, he's like, "Oh, Anthony, can we get a word? Fuck no, leave me alone. I don't want any of that shit." you know. So, yeah. So Anthony Edwards, he needs to get his mouth washed out with soap. I'm sure there's grandmas lined up in the locker room with bars of soap and pepper. Did you ever get the pepper on the tongue when you were a kid for
No.
swearing? Did you get
Nope.
soap?
Once,
I
but it
got,
tasted fine to me, so
I
I was
got,
like,
well, yeah, I got
I
peppery
mean,
soap.
explains a lot of how I am.
Yeah. My mom,
Irish Springs is delicious.
Irish Springs. And now because of it, you eat bars of Irish Springs
Don't
for,
judge.
a little
With
whipped
a,
cream and some Irish Spring.
no, it's Irish Springs with a little bit of paste on top.
Oh, like glue?
Yeah, glue.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with glue.
Oh, I ate Play-Doh as a kid. I'll eat glue as a kid. Well, I did
Yeah,
eat glue as a kid.
who didn't?
Yeah. I mean, I eat glue as an adult. All right, let's go to Dougie Hamilton in New Jersey. What
Hmm.
is the armpit of America fining Dougie Hamilton for?
He was fined $2,000 under the NHL Rule 64, which is diving embellishment.
How
So,
funny would that be if that Rule 64 was in the NBA? LeBron James would be
oh,
broke.
yeah. Good Lord.
Wow,
Well,
they need to.
here's here's the thing though. It's a little bit more dangerous on skates than it
Yeah, people's
is.
necks are getting cut off.
Yes.
Yeah, $2,000 though.
Our
That's
birds' heads are falling off.
our pets' heads are falling off.
Pretty bird, pretty
Two
bird.
$2,000 doesn't seem like a lot of money, but then when you realize
You
that
look at
NH
their contracts. Yeah,
NHL players don't get paid, so
correct.
yeah, we'll do your
So
laundry. You know,
So Hamilton was issued a warning following an incident flagged by the NHL hockey operations during a game at Edmonton on November 4th. His second citation, which triggered the fine, was issued for an incident during the second period of the New York Rangers game on December 23rd. This money goes to the Players Emergency Assistance Fund.
At least we know where the money's going.
Yes, the NHL is very transparent to let you
No.
know where that money is going.
Yeah.
I don't know where the NBA money is going. I'm gonna guess it's going to the Players Association, but we also don't
You
know.
would think, but I also think it's going to Adam Silva's lair. I must sleep in my coffin of money. Eh, Don't don't turn the lights on. Don't open the curtains. Hey. And then the NFL is just like, what money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Spot on.
The MLB is just taking whatever fines they can get to pay themselves back because those contracts are astronomical. You know,
Lord.
they got
Good
the worst
Lord.
player on the team makes 100 grand, 100,000, $100 million a year, and they're like, I don't know how this happens. So, all right, let's switch gears
Oh,
real quick and
yeah.
let's talk about the Olympics. Um,
Well, not the Olympics.
not the Olympics, but
An Olympic
an Olympic
runner.
medalist, bronze medalist. Uh, did you watch this video?
I did.
All right. So for everybody out there who hasn't seen this video, go over to iapradio.com and check out our Instagram page. This video is up there, and I believe I posted it on TikTok. Oh no, I didn't because we're in a an
Are we in
account
a
warning.
again?
Yeah, they don't like fight videos. YouTube either.
Ah.
I don't understand how this world operates. All right, so what happened down here in Miami?
Just like, all we do is get warnings
That's it. That's it. If
over and over
you know
again.
what it is, the warnings from TikTok and YouTube are like our fines from NBA. I'm just glad we don't have
Mm,
to pay them. You know,
this is true.
I mean, if one day you want to watch a video of this show on YouTube and or TikTok and it's no longer there, you know what happened. We
Yeah.
have been banned. You know, and
Yep.
it's coming. I guarantee you. So,
Avenge.
but you know what? Fuck it. I don't care because it's two less things I have to post to. All right, what's going on in South Florida?
Okay, so Fred Curley was arrested in South Florida following an account in an wow, an encounter. That's just I merged those two together and that was tough.
Yeah, same word.
Yeah. Yeah, so he encountered the police. Dun dun dun. The body cam footage was released by Miami Beach Police, and it shows Curley arguing with a group of police officers, and then it erupted into a physical altercation. Curley was wrestled to the ground where an officer hit him several times and then used a taser on him. How did this all start? Oh, are you playing it? I can't hear it with him screaming. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Okay.
It's an amazing video
So,
and it's ridiculous.
but this is the whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, let's start with how this started. According to the arrest report, police were in the area investigating something else. This was a non-related situation. They were had the area blocked off for checking something else. They were looking for donuts at the donut shop.
Alligators.
Yeah.
An alligator
So
robbed a donut store.
they're looking for the alligator because they're pissed because they're on their break to get
Yeah,
their donuts.
absolutely. The
Those
alligators
meth
in the alley
gators.
selling the donuts to get the meth.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. It's a whole sting operation
Oh, it's wild down
that
there.
they're running down there to figure out these meth gators.
It's almost lawless.
Well,
Unless you're an Olympic bronze medalist.
yeah, unless you're just trying to go to your car.
Yeah. Uh,
Because Curly walked over to the police to go to his car, which was like right there. And
yeah.
he's like, yo, like I need to get to my car. And the police were like, no, 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 you can walk around. And I'm sure. based off of like where they were, the block to walk around isn't just like around the corner. It's not a
Right.
small little like 5 second walk around the block.
Right.
It's like he's gonna walk down the street and down another street and then up another street and then down another street just to come back to the same spot that he's in.
Right.
So the officer's like, no, get the fuck out of here. And Curly's like, what the hell? And starts arguing with them, which then it escalated. And it took 4 officers to attempt to arrest him to like try to get him down.
Oh, he is an
And they
Olympic
couldn't do
medalist.
it. And they couldn't do it. And that's when they tased him. And Curly is being charged with battery, resisting an officer in disorderly conduct. Now, after this has come out, there's a lot of mixed emotions on both sides. Some people are like, oh, you should just listen to the police and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And the others are like, not for nothing. Like, they could have just escorted him over to his car
True.
and just let him go.
Yeah.
Like, the cops didn't need to escalate it to that level. But at the same
That
time,
is true, though. I mean, they could have just been, unless it was like an active shooter situation. I mean, they could have just walked the guy over to his car and be like, here you go.
clearly it wasn't anything of importance for you to then stick your focus with all of these police officers onto this guy
Right.
and then tase him.
Right.
You made all the focus change from whatever it is that you were quote unquote investigating
Right.
and then put everything onto him. So the way it was handled was clearly Bush League.
Yeah. Sideways, like it always is. I mean, let's go back to the incident with Tyreek Hill. You
Right.
know, I mean, and that officer has an aggression problem, and it
Mm-hmm.
came out recently that he's been in this kind of situation before. So
Correct.
clearly, the Miami police have some sort of wild aggression problem. And now I know that being a cop is probably one of the hardest jobs.
Mm,
Everybody fucking hates you, and you know you're putting your life on the line every day, and nobody respects anything that you say or do, right?
right.
I
Yeah.
get it. So they're angry, but also no one respects anything that you do because
You do shit
you
like this.
you do shit like this, and your attitude comes off as like super asshole, you know?
Hmm.
And it's just like you're not gonna get any respect if you're just constantly being a dickhead. So like with shit like this, when you're ultra aggressive and you're not aware of your surroundings and shit goes off like this, because I can't imagine this looks good on the Miami Police Department
No
either.
way.
You
No
know,
way.
I mean,
Especially in the video where he's like screaming for them
he's
to stop.
yes,
Like, and he's like, I did nothing wrong
right,
over and over and over again. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? But then I pause and I go, it's fucking Florida.
right.
It's it's a different league.
Even
There's
if
not a lot
Curly
of
said something like "fuck you, you assholes, let me in my car," it still doesn't matter.
it's
Not that words like that don't warrant fucking four guys tasing you for Christ's sake.
right.
You know. And
Right.
also, I mean, if you want to play the other side, the police defense. I mean, Curly is a bronze medalist. Could have ran around the block kind of fast.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Here it in a pickle, we go both ways. So,
True.
yeah. But I mean, it's a stupid move by the police department. And now, what what came of this? So they arrested him. They tased him. I mean,
They arrested him. They tased him, arrested him, charged him, and that's where we're at.
so is he like out or is he still in a
No,
fucking holding
he's
cell?
out. He's
Yeah.
out. It's just now we're waiting for what's to come of it. Because now we have the body cam footage, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we have his lawyers are going to be collecting videos from the people that were standing around because people were standing around watching this. It had
Right.
then grown into this big spectacle.
Right.
Again, if you are there investigating something that is unrelated, was that not the priority? Like, just fucking
Right.
escort him to his car and just let him
Now,
leave the premise because then it's one less person you have to deal with in the area.
well, now I'm also curious of what they were investigating. Like,
Right.
and did that suspect just walk away?
Exactly. That's what I'm
You
going
know,
like, what are we doing here?
that
What
alligator with
what
the
did you
donut
do?
slid right back into the water.
Hmm.
You
Right
know?
into the sewer.
Yes. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's silly. Miami is a well, Florida is just a
Florida. Well,
fucking
let's
place,
let's stay in Florida for a hot second and talk about Jimmy Butler.
man. This guy. I don't know whether it's bad luck or just impatience for players like him.
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
And as I discuss this, a lot of things have come to light too on Miami's like accountability of
yeah.
this. But I also think that he was promised a lot of things and nothing's come to fruition for
I
him.
can see that.
So if you're promised the world and saying, okay, we're going to do XYZ in, under 3 years and
Well,
nothing comes to it.
Pat Riley's a bit of a con artist, and people
Yes,
forget that. You
correct.
know. All right.
So,
So what happened with
yeah.
Jimmy Butler?
He was suspended 7 games following his comments that he wants out of Miami. Miami suspended him for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team over the course of the season and particularly the last several weeks. So basically, he in a interview was like, I want to be traded. I want out
Yeah.
because it's not okay. And because things are uncomfortable on and off the court, the way for Miami to deal with it was just like, you know what? You're suspended.
Right. Which is borderline fucked up.
Yes.
But I mean, you're basically suspending a guy because he's not happy with your organization because you guys promised him a bunch of stuff or promised him a team that will one day, if you put the time in right, you'll win a championship, right? And
Right.
they were just there. They were just there. And then it all just went to shit. And
Hmm.
it just seems incredibly fucked up to suspend a guy for having an opinion.
Correct.
I don't know. I also think that a lot of these basketball players and all athletes are just a little bit impatient and they don't put in the time and effort in order to build a championship team. And you see it a lot in basketball and you see it a lot in baseball too, where it's just like you play a year in this team. Oh, we didn't win. Fuck, I'm out of here.
Right.
I guess you see it a lot more in basketball than anything. Like superstars that are on these teams are just ping ponging all over the league, and they're trying to just win. I don't know if it's like a new fascination where it's like I want to win championships. I want to win championships with multiple teams because that would be cool. But then it's like, oh, I didn't win a championship my first year in Miami. I got to get out of here.
Well,
I
I
mean,
also think that those players that are superstars are being conned by these upper management men
oh, I can believe
to
that. Yeah.
come to their organization
Yeah.
and they say, we have X, Y, and Z lined up and we're going to do this. And then what ends up happening is players get hurt and plans change.
Yeah.
So you can't, plan and predict.
Right.
So it's something that when shit goes sideways, well, upper management needs to have a plan D when A, B, and C fall through to keep these players that they promised shit to happy.
So on the flip side to that is it bad management, bad representation from a player? Do you think that the agent of the player is just so money hungry that it's like, well, Miami's offering you $200 million for to work there a year and a half, and there's no taxes in Florida, so how about we go there? That would be great. And then, they'll promise you a championship. You can't promise anything.
You can't,
You
no.
can't
And that
promise shit like that.
I always believe in instances like this that it is the representation of the team and the representation of the player.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, the player is feeling away because they're getting it from their their representation and they're getting it from the team, and then it just boils over to when they're in an interview and they're like, I'm done. Like,
Right.
I'm done.
And on paper, Miami looks really great for a
Right.
player. They have they're still a young franchise. I mean, I think they're like in their 30s now, right?
Yeah.
But that's a young franchise still. And they have a small great history with a lot of great players that came across the map there.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about Alonzo Mourning, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, we're talking like there's greatness on those teams. And it's like if you can pitch that to a guy who is championship hungry, why wouldn't you go there?
Yeah. Right.
Look at who we have on our roster. We have Tyler Hero. We have we have what's his name? Bo the what's his name there? That the guy right there. He's in the garage. Bismarck
Yeah.
Bismarcky.
Yeah.
I
You're
fucking
doing awesome
butchered it.
over
I
there.
don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. I fucking hate Miami. So I
Well,
hate the place. I hate the team. So whatever. But I
well,
mean,
the thing is too is that Butlers and everybody else is about to hate Miami because with this suspension, Miami was like, "Oh, we aren't going to pay you
of course
being
not.
suspended." And he would lose 2.35 million,
Yeah.
which breaks down to be $346,543 per game.
That's also an asshole move on Miami's part.
Correct.
Yeah.
However, the NBA Players Association has stepped in. And the union announced that a grievance will be filed to recoup Butler's money. Sadly, the process could take up to a year and won't affect his suspension currently. However, he will get that money back at some point, according to the NBA Players Association.
Right.
And they said they were like, the 7 game suspension imposed by the Miami Heat on Jimmy Butler is excessive and inappropriate, and we intend to file a grievance challenging the discipline.
Right. So
You
like,
suspended him 7 games.
right.
7 games. I mean, that's a lot of games
Right.
for you just not liking his face.
Right. You don't like his attitude and you don't like the fact that he spoke up. I mean, Jimmy Butler's been on the Heat for 5, 6 years. I think it's 5 years now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you haven't produced a championship caliber team or even made it to the finals at this point, I mean, it's kind of a fail, right?
Right.
5 years of having a constant stack team. I mean, you know, I guess a lot also can be said about Butler, where it's like he only spent a year in Minnesota, he only spent a year in Philadelphia. I mean, the Philadelphia project is a complete catastrophe, anyways. I
Yes.
mean, what's his name? Who runs the 76ers I mean, how he hasn't gotten fired yet, I don't understand it. The GM there,
Don't ask me, man. I
Danny
know very minimal about
I forget.
NBA.
But I mean, what a mess. And like, Minnesota probably couldn't afford him and they wanted to go a different route,
Yeah.
you know. And but like I I don't know. It's just it's just wild how like a team can do that to a superstar like that, you know?
Yep.
And I hope that the NBA PA steps in hard and they do something, they take him down basically. I mean, you're not going to bankrupt the franchise, but I mean, at least fine them for something. I mean, it's messed up what they're doing,
Correct.
you
But
know?
again, Florida.
Florida, what can you say? It's a very Florida episode, huh?
Florida heavy.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
We are in
Wow.
we are in the jar, huh?
Wow.
Are
Wow.
you okay?
Wow.
You having a stroke?
Yeah, my face just drooped.
All right. Before
Wow.
you fully stroke out, Sarah, I got to know right now. I'm so into this story, and I don't know why, because I fucking hate this guy. But who is this week's biggest pickle?
This week's biggest pickle, Fox Sports.
I,
And why? For being the worst place for women to work.
worst place ever. I
We already knew that, but it's even worse if you're a woman.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, this is the first biggest pickle of the year,
hmm
and what a monstrous story this is.
Yes, and it just came out over the weekend.
Yeah.
More details are to come, I'm sure, because things are starting to trickle in more and more. The memes have hit hard on the IG,
Oh yeah.
and let me tell you, I am here for it because
Uh,
shit's amazing.
all right. What's going on at Fox Sports?
So, Norshin Faraji, I apologize for destroying her name. She had worked at Fox Sports from 2012 until August of 2024.
Yeah.
Has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles County Court. Fox Sports and its other properties are named in this lawsuit as the defendants. And Faraji is bringing forward this action after a decade at Fox, over a decade at Fox, and forced to endure misogynistic, racist, and ableist workplace behaviors where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers. Named in this lawsuit, Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor, who's also uh, on the network, is a
Joy
network host.
Taylor, she got some fucking shit going on there.
He's got a lot of things going on, and a lot of
Yeah.
stuff is actually coming out more so.
Yes. She it has been
Ooh.
reported that Joy Taylor has slept her way to the top.
It has come out.
Yes.
Yes. And this kind of all plays into it. So let's jump in and
Yeah.
start first and foremost with Charlie Dixon, who is executive vice president at Fox Sports.
Right. And an
Uh,
ugly, ugly human being if you haven't seen him.
yeah.
He's got one eye down by his cheek and it's huge, and he's got one eye on the top of his forehead and it's tiny.
It's very sloth-like.
Sloth. Yes.
Yes.
And you're not ugly, you're just poor. That's what it is. You know?
So he is named in this suit for rubbing her body and grabbing her butt while attending a party for Joy Taylor in West Hollywood back in January of 2017. She tried to confide in Taylor, and Taylor told her to get over it because,
Because Taylor
she's
has slept with Dixon.
correct.
Yeah.
It is also alleged an anonymous employee told Faraji she wouldn't be working with Fox Sports anymore after she refused to have sex with Dixon. And he looked at her contract and was like, well, it's not going to be renewed then. Yes.
Okay.
Dixon was allegedly doing this to all the women talent. So it was more like, oh, you want to keep your job? You want me to renew your contract? Yeah, then we gots to do it. Do
Yeah,
the
you
dirty,
got
dirty.
yeah.
Ugh, gross.
He Matt Lauer's his door. Matt Lauer had a lock on his door under his desk. He pressed a button and his door locked.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not, well, I can see
Yeah.
that. He's always been unsettling. Even before everything came out, he was very
Yeah.
unsettling.
I always thought
Yeah.
he was so innocent. And then he
Uh,
just shit got weird and now they made a whole TV show about him. But
So
all right. So yeah.
next, because this is a doozy. Farji did the hair for several shows on the network, including Undisputed,
Hmm.
which brings us to Skip Bayless, who is your BFF.
Fucking hate this guy so much. I blocked him on Twitter. He has no clue who the fuck I am, but I just had to block him because I fucking hate him.
You're like, you know what? I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna give
I'm
you
not
the
even going
right.
to give him the satisfaction of finding me.
No. Oh, but that
Yeah,
actually, that's great. That hit me the right way,
yeah.
sir. So the suit alleges that after weekly haircuts, Bayless began finding excuses to touch her.
Mhm.
And over the years, he allegedly continued to make advances towards her. In July of 2021, she had allegedly informed Skip of a possible cancer diagnosis that she was waiting to hear from in order to, you know, get him away from, like,
Right,
just figure all this shit's going on with me. I'll be unattractive. I'm gonna lose my hair. Leave me alone.
right.
Oh no, it just fueled
It
the
just,
fire.
it just revved him up even more.
Yeah, where
Cancer? Do you want me to lick your asshole?
yeah, he like uh because he's sloth-esque too, but more douchey sloth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh he will he ugh, I can't even so
All right, let's just get to the meat and potatoes of the Skip Bayless one. He offered her $1.5 million to sleep with
to
her.
sleep with him.
$1.5 million
Million.
to sleep with her. Listen, I'm glad that she said no, but like to be crude, is that puss made out of gold? Like
So what you're
1.5?
what you're telling me here is that you would let Skip Bayless lay the pipe for 1.5 million?
To me?
Yeah.
I let Skip Bayless fuck me for 1.5. But besides that, and I hate Skip Bayless. I fucking hate Skip Bayless. 1.5 million in cash though. I don't want to pay any fucking taxes, okay? I'm
No,
not paying any
cash money.
taxes. I'm
No.
not going to let him come inside me for fucking tax money, okay? No fucking way. All right? No fucking way. Listen. All right, regardless of any fucking joke I'm making right now. Does anybody remember the whole cancel culture thing in the fucking Me Too movement that happened from 20 when the fuck did Me Too happen? Like what years were those? Are we out of the Me Too movement? Like Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless fucking rubbing on girls and offering money for sex. Does nobody remember the Me Too movement? Like what the actual fuck is going on here? Joy Taylor sleeping around to get her job is possibly the only saving grace for both Dixon and Bayless because she is an African American female in a high position of power on the network. Not, I mean,
Yep.
she's a host of a show, right? But
Right.
because she used her talent, her sexuality to get on top, to get to the top of the network.
I was like to get on
Yeah,
top. Yep,
to get
yep,
to the
works the
top of
same
the
way.
network, it will possibly save. Well, not save. Save's a strong word. that will sort of uh, push whatever Dixon and Bayless did to a different burner on the
But
stove, I
will
should
it?
say.
I don't know if it will because it
Either
just
that
shows
or all
how
of them need to go
toxic
down.
they're all going to go down.
They
They
have
have
to.
to.
They have to.
They have to because it just shows how toxic it is
Right.
to be there. It doesn't matter. Like, she had to sleep with everyone to get to where she is. So these guys who have already slept with her are like, okay, well, now we're going to move on to the hairstylist and sleep with her because, like, if we can get her to sleep with us, then we can get her to sleep with us.
Who the fuck is
So
in charge here? Who the fuck is in charge here?
I
I mean, I know it's
don't
Dixon, but I mean, like,
know
what?
what is
What's going
going
on?
on. I don't know what's going on. And the fucked up thing is, so, Skip Bayless, we all know how he was released from Fox Sports in August. Well,
Yeah.
this woman, Farji, was fired in August after the show was cut, and Dixon told Bayless, and Bayless had told her that Dixon wanted her fired because she knew too much and was going to start talking.
Well, that's stupid.
No
Why would you
shit,
fire
Sherlock.
someone who knows
Why,
all
who
the
knows
secrets?
all of your dirt? Why
You
would you
know,
do that?
you know all the secrets to the network, and you're gonna get fired. Well, guess who just got the best-selling fucking book? You know,
There is so
props
much
to Shannon
shit.
Sharp for watching all this unfold while he was at Fox Sports and goes, I gotta get the fuck
Fuck out.
out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that now we know why he left.
Now we know why, because when we start looking back on all these things, there's so much shit that lines up and makes so much sense
Yeah.
with him not showing up, with him and Skip Bayless having fights, with like just this toxic behavior, and especially this racist behavior coming from Skip Bayless and Charlie Dixon, thinking that they can fucking, overrun and overrule anyone who is not white.
And to go back real quick to Skip Bayless offering her 1.5 million to have sex with, like that is
It's fucked.
well that is so stupid. That is I mean, I don't know. I don't have $200 million in the bank. 1.5 to me
Hmm.
seems like a noticeable number
Right.
that is going to leave my account and transfer it to another account. You can't gift 1.5 million to your
No,
hairdresser. Okay?
no.
Now, if you first of all, why would you I have so many fucking questions.
Questions, right? Because one, Skip Bayless is married.
Well, yeah. Right.
Two, this
And
poor,
that's what I'm saying.
right.
1.5 million leaving your account, your wife's not going to notice that?
Unless he has like a secret Caribbean account. You
Yeah,
never know. He's like,
he is a scumbag.
he says to her, I'm gonna pay you in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay you in Skip Bayless coin. Yeah, it's just
And the other thing that's so fucked up too is like this woman is a single mom. And
right.
she's like, you're putting me in a situation where I'm trying to lead by example for my child, and I'm trying to have a steady job for my child, and you guys are making it so hard for me
And then she's got
to
to work
like
in
look.
this toxic environment where
Yeah.
everybody is fucking everyone to get on top and to fucking just screw the other one over or something. It's wild. And now like she lost her job because she wouldn't sleep with fucking creepy Bayless, right? And then you got is Charlie Dixon still
As of now, is
he's still
still,
there, right?
but again, this came out over the weekend.
Well, that's
So
true. That's
at
true.
time of recording, we're
Right.
learning more and more of what's happening. So I'm sure we're gonna have more information
Right.
as we go on.
By the time this episode comes out, I mean the whole the whole regime over there could just collapse. I mean, Skip
Right.
Bayless is gone, right? He's
He's
not on
gone. He's
Fox
not,
Sports.
yeah, he's
He's
not
not
there
on
anymore.
anything, right?
No.
He's
Nobody
just
wants to
doing
hire him because
no,
nobody
because he's an
likes him.
asshole. Nobody likes
Yeah.
him.
Nobody likes him. He's a piece of shit.
I mean, if you can't get along with Shannon Sharp, I mean, I don't know,
All right. Like
right? You know,
the of all people, Shannon Sharp. Now I wonder, in that video, was Shannon Sharp banging Joy Taylor?
I, I mean, it's a possibility. Did Skip Bayless bang Joey Taylor? I mean, who
The
hasn't?
whole thing is it's unbelievable. It's
Right.
unbelievable. And I am not a Joy Taylor fan. Never have been. I
No,
just I think she is
I,
just
I, I personally never heard of her until you showed me this story.
oh,
I
you
don't watch.
really? Oh.
I
I don't
never.
watch yeah,
I
I've
don't watch
watched
Fox
Undisputed
Sports.
here and there.
I never did. I can't fucking stand it. I can't
See, but
stand.
I liked Shannon Sharp, so that's why I would watch. But
Uh,
she's just not.
no, I still couldn't do it. I still, even though I like Shannon Sharp, I still couldn't do it because I fucking hate Skip Bayless. Like he was the one that ruined the entire show
Right.
for me, and I wouldn't even watch it. I mean, also like
Yeah, she's not.
what a mess. What an
It's
absolute mess.
a disaster.
I'm here for
It,
it.
you know, fucking.
Yeah. Our first pickle of the year,
We're
and
we're coming out
it is a big one.
a doozy.
Yeah, this is great. Wow. All right. Well, that's gonna do it here for In a Pickle. I
Yeah.
believe I said some things that I might have to edit out.
I
But you know what?
don't think
Fuck it.
I don't think so. You're so spot on with this. What the fuck are we doing is where I'm at. But again, it's 2025. We're about to change regimes.
Right.
I mean, who the fuck knows anymore?
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
No.
All right. So thank you everybody for listening to this episode. Go over to iapradio.com and check out all of our social media accounts. Like, follow, subscribe, and boost us up the charts by rating and reviewing anywhere that you listen to this podcast. Go over to MaydayMediaNetwork.com and check out all of the other podcasts on the Mayday Network. If you have an idea for a podcast and want to join a network of supporting podcasts, join the Mayday today by going to MaydayMediaNetwork.com. You can always follow Sarah at Daddy-O Sports Cards on the Instagrams and check out her podcast, GMTpod.com. I will not tell anybody what one of the albums is that you are reviewing because it makes me angry.
Ugh.
And I'm going to say something to
Angry,
Joe.
too.
Joe, if you're listening to this episode, I'm going to have words. May not edit that episode at all and leave it raw dog and fucking fail on that one. So, Sarah, we got anything else?
No, I think we are. I feel like the piggle.
Piggle.
Yes, the piggle.
Joy Taylor is a piggle. Yeah,
I think this week's pickle has completely drained us.
yeah. I cannot wait to see what happens there. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, for Sarah Ray Talick, I'm Dave Houghton, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Piggle.
Pickle. That's a good one. I think the only thing I might want to edit out is the fact that I said I'd let Skip Bayless come inside. But also,
No.
I'm not. I think I'm going to keep that in. I'm going to keep this one in too.
This has been a Mayday Media production.